On the first flag raising or the second flag, I wasn't up there. I was up there when they were all done.
Yeah.
We had, like I told you, we had to bring up some of this composition C2. You know what that is? It's an explosive. Yeah.
Yeah, they threw them in the tunnels.
Well, they used to throw them, but I met these guys. I don't know what division they were from. They're up there blowing up the caves. And when they saw me, hey, come on over here, and they took my thing. What the hell is this guy gonna do? And he tied it on a rope. Like, what the hell are you gonna do with that? Like, watch him. He hung it down from, we're right on top of the volcano. And he's swinging it in and out, and it goes into the cave. And when it blew up, it blew whatever Jap was in there. I don't know how many was in there. One guy come flying right straight out and down into the ocean. I see when the flamethrowers were up there. First, the flamethrowers were 4th Grade Division. When they're alongside us and they blow into a hole. You look up, about a block up, the flames and smoke is coming out up there.
Jesus.
We're up on top. Yeah, they were really dug in. They were really dug in. I give them a lot of credit. You know,
It was quite an infrastructure that they established there.
The way they had the planes stuck in there, I never saw them, but I saw them down on the when they rolled them off there. Once they got damaged from the bombing. Matter of fact, I climbed in one night. You know, I was still down on the beach. And then my friend there, Valenti there, he says, "Hey, Carlo, look at this. The Amtrak, you know, the parts of the track, so that the tanks could get to the airfield. They were having a hell of a time." And that was 4th Marine Division with the tanks.
They had no traction whatsoever.
No, but they put these things down, and one of them was so banged up that, you know, they threw it. They kept repairing the thing so they get up to the top of the airfield. They were getting hit up the top of the airfield. And what we did was we took one of them, you know, put it right over the top of the foxhole, because when we get hit, we would get hit, you know, with the mortars. Mortars are point detonating. So once they hit that, they blow above you. We had a lot of them around our hole, believe me. Now this guy, 5 o'clock in the morning, he thinks, so everything's quiet. He lights up a cigarette. You never saw so many shells hit a small area. And I don't know how many. Everybody in there was all up close together with all foxholes.
Well,
only a couple of them got hit that I know. And of course, down at the bottom of the thing there was the Army. The Army came ashore, I see, and I was down there 4 or 5 days. I was up there and saw where they killed Joe Bastellone. And I went down there, they had the anti-aircraft guns shot up. And that night, the first 3 nights, you know, Japs used to have that plane that used to fly around with the crazy propeller on it. You see the firing on up, all over. Where the hell are these shells gonna land? And sure enough, they came close to me a couple of times. You know, the part of the casing when that thing exploded up there. Yeah, the first 3 nights were woo. Then the second or third day we had rain. Rain. And I couldn't move very far because we were all I was a mortarman, and the mortarmen were way up ahead of us. They says, well, you guys stay down here and be supply for us until we get straightened out. We didn't get straightened out until they brought back, you know, they pulled it back for, you know, for reserve and put somebody else in their place, and then they put us in wherever all the guys were missing or wounded. I tell you. And from what I understand, the island, they didn't even bother using after they captured it. They never used it. And Peleliu was, I had a lieutenant friend of mine that was on Peleliu. He says, Carl, you wouldn't believe it. He says, they made all these things there. He says, you guys talked about AWA. He says, never saw anything like it. And they really were, no matter where the Marines went, there was a slaughter.
I know.
It was a slaughter.
I know.
And then, right away, he bypassed, it was MacArthur that bypassed Peleliu. Because he was in a hurry to get up the thing there with the Army, see what the Army could do, you know? Yeah, they tell me he was the wait until everything was all secured, no Japs around, then he walk ashore.
Yeah.
Then I had a friend of mine that was there, and I think he went to Korea, and he said he was in line there when he was coming in, and they were waiting for President wasn't
Truman.
Truman. Yeah, Truman was going to land, and wouldn't go out on the field until Truman landed, and he wanted to make the big
The grand entrance.
the grand entrance, and he had said they kept going around, and they told MacArthur, "You come down there, and you'll be at the parade ground waiting for me." So he did. So when they landed and they went down, this guy tells me when he was in the procession or whatever the hell it was there, when Truman got off the plane, he walked up to him, he had his sleeves rolled up, he had a pipe in his mouth, and he had a piss cutter on. Truman says to him, "For a general, you're a sick-looking man," he says to him. He says, "You're out of uniform, roll them sleeves down, take that pipe out of your mouth." Because he used to smoke that quite.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't hear that very much.
Yeah.